Well, hello everyone. I've been trucking along. Sorry I haven't filmed in a little bit on this. I'm almost even forgot where I kind of last left off on here. Of course, all the photo etch pieces are on the lower part. I put a little red spot putty because those are kind of like complete holes. It's like a square with another square recessed. So I filled it with putty so that those grill photo etch pieces could go on. Same thing with cutting that little part out of there. We had to fill that up with some putty, just pushed it through, and then we were able, but we got all that on. I know we were doing that. That cured in really nice. And then I cut, this section out to make this a double pole like it's supposed to be. And then did my styrene build, and all that came out fine. And then put the detail that they did have from the Paragraphics photo etch. I put them on there, I believe, in the correct-ish place. It's hard to really tell, like I said, off these photos, because he's taking pictures of white on white. Looks like theirs are more out to the tip, like out here. But I kind of cheated them in a little more because you're never going to really see them way out here. I probably don't have the spacing in between the two as it's supposed to be. But that was the best place to cut it. And then did the same thing in here and had that. And then got all these filed, even to go around the detail there. So that came out good and then filed this down so it all fits nice and pretty much snug. We have a little bit here, but I can putty that on when this matching that. And then I went and put some detail, ran two different little pipings this way, and took an old landing gear. This is off of Luke Skywalker's original 1978 MPC kit. I have it in flight, so I don't have the landing gear in, and this is one of the landing gear. They were actually together right at this point. Kind of like if this was those two pores, they were put together like that. So I put those there just to give something down there. And even put some little square, just took little pieces of flat square styrene at different sizes and cut pieces in there to make those little squares. But that's all I think I'm going to need to do on this, besides getting the window holes drilled. Here's one side of the front landing gear, which is a little bit of a longer landing gear because the back end of the ship kind of comes down, so I only need smaller ones. And this is the other. Let's say that might go right there. Yeah, there's the other half of that. And I just split those and put the long one there on each side of there. These here, ironically enough, the little details I put there, these are Mobius 1/72nd Colonial Viper landing gear. And then here is the other Viper landing gear. These here, the Mark 7 rears, I'm probably just going to run, I believe I was looking at doing something like in here. And cutting the rest of that extra foot off. Maybe you make it part of that there. Yeah. Thinking how they would have thought at ILM. Just find something, looks cool, find a cool place to put it. I might even drill, since this has a hole, I might even put a light. Like completely drill it through and put a light there. Yep. And we gotta get rid of this detail here. I want it to sit more on the wall, not so three-dimensional off the wall. Let's see if our razor blade sometimes will. Let's get me started. Could almost leave the foot end of the landing gear there. But we'll make it look too landing gearish. I mean, maybe I'll sand that down a little more. I think that we'll get rid of this edge and make it more square. For now, we can get it up on there. But I like that. Get them matching. Which I kind of followed the, just kept pushing it until it matched the angle of the way the ship was. What I'm really looking forward to getting on is the photo etches, these windows there. So I gotta cut grooves in there. But I think what I was originally thinking is these can go back here. Cut off that sprue garbage. What I gotta do is get a little bit just to give me a thing to hold on to. Or something for it to hold on to, I should say. The nice thing is even the Revell will flow. It's starting to look busy now. Alright. Those look good. Right there. A little damn super glue. Getting some kind of something on there. Hopefully it looks good when it's all painted. It's always hard to tell. You scratch and build them and add greebles and what it's really going to look like until you. Well, I kind of started gluing this one a little early. I didn't even have it off the sprue yet. Hopefully this glue didn't set up yet. That's really impressive. I got a guy on there right now. He's doing the airplanes and he's adding rivets with which I think is a brilliant way to do it. With a really sharp, pointy thing and just going down the panel line. But he's got pretty steady, like, hands where they're coming out pretty nicely, evenly spaced, you know. I guess that's, you know, those guys that do those airplane stuff and ship stuff, some of the stuff they do is amazing. It's a lot of patience, and, you know, especially they get all those rivets on, and to be able to do that. I've seen wheels. I guess you can get like wheels. I think kind of like with sewing or something. I think my mom used to have like that little spiky wheel, and I think she used to roll it over patterns. I don't know what those were for. These little, they're just kind of like, they look like miniature frisbees or flying saucers. Because really they're just a circle with another raised circle. Except a big belly with nothing on it. I think it needs something on it. Keep it a little low so when you see it flying by, you see something down there. Now, I was thinking about incorporating these are the Enterprise A's that go around the deflector dish. These here, and then there's one up here or something like that. Or there's three of them. I think there's 1, 2, and 3. Can't be one up here because it's where your torpedo launchers are. That's those things. I'm going to make these work for something. And I'm thinking I'm making it work for something right about here. Like I said, have fun with it, because none of this is canon, because there's no way to build it 100%. Beautiful, I like it. Sure. Some clothes came over top. Especially if I hit it with that. probably zing a little bit off with the Dremel somehow. It's like anywhere I need to get to, there's something in the way. So I'll have to do it the way I don't like doing, and that's off the edges of it. That definitely, yeah, that looks better. This is what I'm thinking of doing here. A little more. Too much. There we go. And we got a thicker one and two smaller pieces of conduit running up there. You really need to hit the wall and come out. There you go. And now that I had to wait for you, I have to wait on you. There we go. And I like how they're kind of raggedy, like they had to did some repairs out there, because, like I said, I'm going to keep trucking and doing some stuff. The main thing is that I got to do, as far as that I really want to get to next, is put these three pieces in. Like I said, I think I'm going to put the long one right there on that detail. Probably more towards the back here, and I'll just drill simple holes there. And then I think one in there. Got some extra things here I could probably run. Put little squares in certain areas. Get the real tiny ones to put on top of some of the big ones. I might drill the holes for the launch things now that I saw some other photos that they actually do come out of the front area. Not that way. Alright, there she is. And everything's coming close. I don't want it doesn't have to massively hit. Once I put things together, I can touch stuff up so it makes it look more like things are hitting, but like I said, it is what it is for an old kit, and I'm liking it, and I think it's coming together pretty good. You know, like I said, a lot of it looks chaotic. That kind of looks a little big right now, but once it's all, then we still got a little more detail in the put around. That'll start giving a little more things going on. I think it'll be great. And everything's fitting down tight. Because like I said, there's all kinds of, it's probably doing this, you know. And my old D7s were really bad. But anyway, I need to go get something to eat and get some rest. Tomorrow's another work day. Well, hello everybody. I think I'm about done with all the greebles I want to put on here. It's looking okay. Much better than it was before. And then we got these little windows here, which I don't know if I can. If you can see them at all. But just a little bit of those photo etch pieces had tiny little windows, which is great on both sides. But you know, I cut the notch in there for that. Just laid them out, marked them, used the Dremel, cut a notch, and then laid those over top. So you can see the trenches there. So that came out all right. It's working good. Went around and hit it with a little black just to make sure, you know, on the bottom I was getting a little bit of light bleeding around the photo etch. But just take a little craft acrylic, craft acrylic paint, and it's thick, and I can dab it inside there and then spread any of the excess around, and it lays pretty flat. And then I'm gonna hit this whole ship with a black to kind of appreciate it. But yeah, I think we're good. I noticed this was a little twisted, so I fixed that. It was just a hair, but it was enough to bother me. So I fixed that, and I think we're good with the bottom. All those details, we'll have to paint those black in case any light bleeds in there. So I want to hit that black while I can easily get it to it. And then this, I want to start building the light boxes for these. But I got some windows. We're going to do some windows here. I think I'm just going to put a couple up in that brass piece that I put there for a little greebly. And then we'll put a couple there. Maybe here and here. Maybe one there. Not too many, because there's not a lot up there. And then we got to drill, you know, windows in other areas. These are already pre-drilled. So I don't have to do anything on the bridge, which is nice. As long as those holes can close. But we'll drill a couple up in here and in other areas. I think I might have a couple down. I might want to do down here, under here. I'd like to be able to give it a light glow here, but I don't think so. I think I'm just gonna light. Boyd from Trekworks, he did that row there, and then did a couple clusters other places, and I think I might do that because it kind of looks neat. And then I think I'm going to blow some light this way out of these areas. Try to keep it dim. I don't want to like a spotlight. Just want a little bit of glowing happening somewhere, you know, to give it a little more life. And I'll see how it looks. I'll hold the light there and see what it looks like. If it doesn't look right, then we might not do that. But just an idea to kind of shine underneath the ship. It's not canon, but that's okay because this ship is not canon anyway. When I find a Mobius kit for a good price, then I'll build the full-on canon one. But this one we got to do the best we can to make it look more like the actual studio model and have a little fun with it. Do a little scratch building. So when I come back, we'll have the windows drilled.